Looky here, it's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
If you haven't subscribed, click subscribe wherever you listen to their podcasts, or if you're on our website, patandjt.com, you can listen there, or it'll tell you where you can find the podcast.
Appreciate that. Just posted just a few days ago. It was a memory that floated through Pat's timeline back when, about a year ago, after we hadn't quite made it. We didn't have our new company yet, and we were trying to figure out what was going on. And there was a newspaper article about that we were no longer doing what it was that we were doing. And one of the posters on the article, there's this nice little post on Facebook and the article and this and that. And Pat's daughter, who recently had obtained a Facebook account.
For a hot minute. She gone.
We're going to talk about that in a second. She posted underneath that article of her dad, is talking about her dad losing his lifetime job. The money maker.
Right.
Losing his gig. And she just wrote, "They ruined my childhood."
Hilarious.
With a crying face.
Hilarious.
Because we may have talked about her one or two times. I guarantee you her friends never heard us.
She said that reference was the company letting us go ruined her childhood because daddy didn't have no job anymore. That's what she said.
That's what she
said.
says now?
I think originally it was.
Because it just seems like they ruined my childhood. She's talking past tense.
I know.
Ruined my childhood as it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Facebook page, that didn't last very long. And I bet you a lot of other parents have gone through this too.
And actually, the Facebook page is still around. It's not active. I can tell when she gets in, and we have that shared access thing. She doesn't log in, but it started because she wanted to go to California this past summer to see her friend Sochi, and so she set up a GoFundMe.
Without telling anybody.
Oh, she told me, she goes, "Hey, Dad, can you donate to my GoFundMe?" That's when she told me. Like, what?
That's what I was going to say.
Whoa.
She didn't say, "Dad, can you help me set up a GoFundMe?" Nope. She made one.
When are you a nonprofit? Well, she's a nonprofit because she doesn't have a job either. But when are you a nonprofit? She didn't get any donations, by the way, because we shut that down fast.
Well, yeah, I understand.
I guess you don't have to have a nonprofit. You have a GoFundMe, but
you don't. That's just up to the people. If they want to donate, they can donate.
Nobody did.
Kind of on them. I would think, well, it's been proven not to be the case because people who gave to less than reputable GoFundMes, they were able to get their money back. So I guess that's kind of a good thing on GoFundMe side that they have a way to do that.
Yeah.
That they can return the funding. But if you donate to somebody,
I don't know.
That's shady. That's kind of on you, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think. I mean, that's when you give your money to someone over the phone, like they call you and want your social number, you give your social number, whatever happens.
Unless they lie to you, right?
I don't know. I mean, the people, if they lie, I don't know. I mean, if they lie to you, I would never give somebody like that kind of stuff unless I had double, triple verification on all the stuff they said.
Yeah. Like when somebody calls and says, "I'm a friend of your grandson's."
Yeah.
Or something. That was something that was happening for a while too.
Right. And they
grandparents.
Older, people that are more trusting.
Yeah. And then the same way with the GoFundMes. Have you seen the TV commercials where they talk about, like the girl says, "Did you know over 1 million people every year die from XYZ? That's not true. That's the internet.
Oh, right.
But over 100,000 people every year are going to give away $5,000. That's not true. I just made that up. Maybe you shouldn't be so trusting."
Yeah.
Right?
It's true. Yeah.
You do. You tend to. It's like if somebody says it convincingly enough, you want to believe it. You can't believe anything anymore.
It's the truth.
Where, so I had a story that popped up. I've got a story too I need to tell about. I had an incident yesterday.
Uh-oh.
But I'm going to tell this one first.
Okay.
This was a story in North Carolina. And apparently it's a sad deal because some people died. A couple of deaths that are linked to a hot tub display at the state fair.
Ooh. Why would anyone get in a hot tub at a state fair?
Right?
Gross.
This is a display. Not just a hot tub at somewhere. It's a display that people got into.
Gross.
It happened a couple months ago, but apparently a couple of people died. But at least 134 confirmed cases of Legionnaires. 88 people from different states were hospitalized.
What is Legionnaires?
I don't know exactly. We'd have to look that up.
I'll
now
Google
that
it. I'll Google it. While you're reading. I'll just, I'll first of all misspell Legionnaires 4 times and then have Google correct me.
See if you can get close. But anyway, what they said happened was that they had the display up and people were in the water and they did test the water and they found the bacteria for Legionnaire's disease.
It's from a bacterial pneumonia. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And they said that it's always a risk in water environments like that, but that to have people getting in and out of a hot tub at a display, which is not exactly the same as being like in the hot tub at the hotel, but even then it's not even highly recommended that you get in the hot tub.
usually it's so chlorine filled just to kill all the germs and stuff that it burns
Yeah.
your eyes.
You shouldn't go underwater in a
Well,
hot tub.
I know.
Or are you just talking about the fumes?
The area. Yeah, it's just so hot. It's just the chemicals.
Yeah. I always love that smell, though, of a pool.
Yeah, you and Beth both. I'm not a huge.
Yeah.
She loves bleach. Like I bend down and smell gas when I'm putting it in the car.
Okay,
She'll
wait.
like pull off the bleach.
Yeah, there's a problem there.
Yeah. She
I don't
loves
know.
smelling bleach.
I'm not sure about that.
I hate bleach on my fingers. Like smelling like bleach. She loves it. Can't keep her from smelling my fingers when I'm cleaning. It's really
Anyway, so my incident that happened, you might remember that I had a little car accident not too long ago.
Yeah.
Which was the first time ever I've had to call my insurance company and say, yep, uh-oh.
my fault.
My fault. I've had the same insurance person for over 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, like my whole life.
You're like
I've had
easy
the same
money for them.
Right? I have
Yeah.
been. I talked to this woman. Her name's Jackie. I talk to her the only time I talk to her is when I get a new car. Because it's like, okay, I got to change my insurance. That's the only time, or they do my homeowners too, right? So that's the only time I talk to them. I moved or I got a new car. So as you know, I've been in my house for 10 years.
You haven't moved.
I've had a couple cars, but that's it. So I talked to her. Yes, okay, there was a fender bender, got it fixed. So then, and that was just like a month or two ago. Weren't we here when that happened?
No, we were up at the other building, I think.
We were at the other building?
I think so. I don't remember.
So, July or August. Anyway, driving down Bob Boozer, which, as you know, is like out in the forest
yeah.
because it's heavily wooded on both sides. And fortunately, not going very fast, but it was raining and like going about 30, 35. And a deer jumped out right in front of me.
Scary.
It was so fast, there was no break. I mean, except after it happened.
Right.
And hit her, and she was a big deer, but she hit right square in the front, boom. And she fell down, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know what to do. And it was rush hour. There were all kinds of cars behind me heading northbound. No cars on the other side, thank God. And next thing you know, she popped up, and she took off running the other way.
She's
and
like,
down into the ditch.
WTF and gone.
I'm sure she was. I'm sure she hurts this, the morning after. I'm sure it was a little painful. But dang it, cracked my bumper again.
Of course it did. Same issue, bumper replacement.
Yes. I haven't gone in yet.
Same car, third bumper.
Yes. And so my first question, I'm thinking, okay, so I have a deductible. And I always had a high deductible because your rates are lower.
Right,
Okay,
makes sense,
right?
yeah.
And that's worked well for me. That served me well over the years.
Until you ran into Bambi.
And so I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, is this like medical insurance that you have a deductible for the year and then it's not per incident or what? I don't even know because I've never had this happen before. So I said that to Pat. No, it's just like medical. Once you hit your deductible, you're good.
And I was right. You're welcome.
You were not right.
Not right.
And so, but I call my insurance lady and she goes, Jill, are you okay? Like, I know, Jackie, I've never talked to you twice in 1 year. My God. I said, well,
one of those years.
And then I couldn't get it out right. I was like, well, I bumped a
She drunk.
I was on Bob Boozer. That doesn't sound good. I was, I'm like, God. And she was laughing so hard. But anyway, come to find out, though, it doesn't ding your rates when something like that happens with a deer. And I took pictures so you can see all the hair.
Yeah.
There's no blood. There's just hair and rubbed off on the license plate and on the grill and on the crack.
Man.
It's a teeny tiny little crack. But it's enough. I got to get it fixed because it's a lease.
And did your deductible? How's your deductible situation?
High.
Yeah,
It's high.
So it's probably just high enough to where it doesn't even. If you use the deductible, if you don't, because here's when I was with State Farm for a very, very long time, and I didn't have. I think I had maybe 2 claims the whole time. One was hail or something like that. But I remember I thought that my insurance, it was like one of those where it was a windshield. I need to get a windshield fixed, and it
Okay.
was like $429, and my deductible was $500. Of course, you know.
Right.
So even if it was like $100 over, is it worth even turning it in on insurance at all? Just pay for it.
Yeah, because like she said, it's you don't want to turn it in generally if you're deductible. If you're going to just pay for it, if it's $100 or $200 over your deductible, just pay for it.
Yeah.
Don't turn it in. If it's like this incident, she said that's not going to ding your rate, but she says I guarantee you're not going to need to. We aren't going to do anything with it. She says you'll probably just have to pay for it. I'm like,
Of course.
and she started. I was laughing.
Dumb dear.
And she was laughing. I said, well, I could have been standing out. It could have been worse. Right? He could have, excuse me, she could have bounced up,
It could have been a lot worse.
hit the windshield.
Somebody else could have rear-ended you.
Right. It could have been a lot
Right,
worse, and
yeah.
I'd be standing on the side of the road in the rain on Bob Boozer, where there's nowhere to pull over.
Yeah.
And so I'll no longer be taking Bob Boozer.
I don't like Bob Boozer anyway.
I like
There's
it.
something about it. I don't like it. I don't like the way those north-south streets, Bob Boozer, 168, where they cut off. Like they don't just go straight through like a street should. Like God made streets.
Just stops at Pacific.
Just stops. And
the hell?
like Chandler, you go Chandler stops at 100 and whatever 40 or 38th, and just like there's a field,
Done.
and you see Chandler way over there. Picks up
Nope.
same exact like as the crow flies, like a perfect line. Why not just keep going straight?
180th is another one that does that to me.
Right.
As you're heading northbound, and all of a sudden it just stops, and then it's like one more mile, I'm on Blondo.
Right. Did we lose funding? What happened? Why did it just stop?
I'd like to get that fixed because there's no short way if you want to go around.
No.
You have to go an extra mile to go 192nd.
If you have a dirty car already, if you're out west, Giles, 168th, Giles turns to gravel at 170th. 170th
Isn't that funny
to
that-
100 and all the way out almost to whatever highway 6,
Highway 6.
yeah, almost to that point. So it's, or maybe not that far, but anyway, there's like 2 miles of gravel in there, which doesn't make any sense because that's where all the rich people live. Wouldn't the rich people like complain that there's gravel?
Maybe they do it that way so no one will drive down their road.
But it'll shave 7-8 minutes off your drive though.
I know it will. That's the same way up north. It's that way off of
That's
180th heading west on Fort and Ida used to be all gravel. That's changing, slow but sure. It used to be there were more roads that were gravel than not in Douglas County. That's not so much the case.
I dated a girl on Ida once. Every time I hear the street name Ida and Dorcus, she lived on Ida, but it was right off of Dorcus. And the reason why I don't even remember her name, but her dad had narcolepsy, and I had never.
So you remember Ida, Dorcus, and narcolepsy.
That's gonna be the title of this podcast. Ida, Dorcas, but I honestly don't remember her name at all. But her dad, he couldn't leave. I felt terrible for that. I didn't even know what narcolepsy was at the time. But he would just go to sleep, just
go to
out.
sleep.
Like, so he couldn't drive. He had to be
Couldn't be left alone. Probably.
I mean, I don't really remember all that. I just remember he couldn't drive.
Yeah, that would probably be the biggest one.
Yeah, because you just fall asleep. I mean, I feel like at night sometimes. The other night, I fell asleep in the middle of a conversation.
Shades of narcolepsy.
I remember we're laying in bed after I was in the living room.
Oh, is this
We're
one
in
of
the
those
living
nights
room.
when you're talking about you go to bed, you go to sleep?
Right, that's right. And there weren't any cocktails involved, nothing. And we were in the living room, and then I fell asleep, and then we were laying in bed, and I remember going, "Oh, what?" She goes, "You fell asleep in the middle of a conversation." She goes, "It's getting old." Like, I'm sorry. Like, my body's like, you know what?
Done.
Out.
You hit the end of the
Curtains
line.
poof, down. I'm out. It's the weirdest. It's always at the
I've
end of the
done
day.
that though too. I've done that too. It's like you just get to a point and it's like, I don't care.
Yeah, right. It's like an old man farting in the mall. He doesn't care. I'm just, you know what?
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of this.
I don't want to go sleep.
No offense, but
I'm just tired.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Oh my God. So anyway, back to the car.
We want to thank Kugler Vision for being a sponsor and a supporter of us through our podcast. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. KuglerVision.com. Just a ton of information, super easy to navigate. It is definitely the epitome of user friendly if you're looking for information about having any procedures on your eyes, if you have glasses or contacts, and you are considering the possibilities of not having contacts or glasses. I know I wish I would have done it way sooner than I did. One of the things that they pointed out talking to Stephanie at Kugler Vision, that you don't really think about when you have glasses or contacts is every year you go get your eyes tested. Your eyes are constantly changing to begin with. And if you have a deficit, it's going to make a difference and they need to tweak it because you don't want to be looking through lenses that are not correct.
That hurts.
So you end up changing your prescription, which, well, I might as well get new frames because, now they're stylish, right?
Right.
So, whatever. And same with your contacts. So you're basically renting your vision.
Which is such it's a crazy, you think that's crazy, but think about it. It's true.
It is.
You really are. You're renting your good vision.
And instead of renting it, you do it one time and it's yours. Seriously, the amount of money saved if you, just going in and getting the complete battery of tests done to make sure that everything's still on track and what my possibilities are moving forward.
And you go in and you set your consultation. You set that appointment on the website. Let them know that you heard about it on the Pat and JT podcast, and then 2020 could be in your future.
Right, and it could happen the same day.
That's right. Very cool.
Kuglervision.com. Yeah, I got to get the car fixed, so I'll be heading out to my guy. See, that's it. I've never had a guy.
And now you have a guy?
Cars, I think 2 times within 2 months is a guy.
Yeah, does that give you a guy?
I'm afraid it does.
Yeah.
Now I've got a guy. I have his number in my phone.
Oh, then he's your guy.
He's my guy.
And how'd you find your guy? Is it like the Nextdoor app or something? Like a recommendation from a friend?
Yeah, from somebody else who had a guy.
Okay.
That was their guy.
This is his guy?
Yeah.
That's how guys get around. Guys get around because they become other people's guys because they're somebody's guy.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Josh Anderson.
Plumber.
If
He's our guy.
Need a plumber,
He's
that's
our guy.
Every time.
Yeah.
But that's just the auto go-to.
It's our
and
guy.
for a while there, I was thinking too, it's funny that his name comes up today because I haven't talked to him in a long time. And I don't even think I've seen him. Well, maybe I've seen him. He's gotten married, had a baby, and now she's like 2 or 3. London.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Cute.
And adorable. I've seen pictures. But if I don't have something break in my house, I just don't run into him. And when I first moved into my house, I had things happen and did some renovations and
he was there a lot.
And he was there. I saw him a lot in the first few years. And then it's like, wow, he fixed everything. And so now I don't see him anymore.
Things have been working smooth.
So there's kind of
now it's the car guy time.
That's a double-edged sword, It's like
Well, then you feel bad if you don't, not Josh, but if I know other people in my life too that are different trades or help with things.
It's like for a season or a reason.
Right.
People are around, right?
And it's sad. And then, but they're like your go-to person for whatever, electrical or build, whatever. And you don't talk to them very much. And then only when there's a problem.
And you like them a lot.
Right.
Right. But then you don't have anything going on. So you don't have any, it's kind of weird to just call them out of the blue.
And then, do you just slide into their DMs right away and just say, here's the deal. I have a broken pipe. Or do you like, hey, what's up? How's it going? How's the family? No. Anywho, do you
I always be like, hey, see what he call himself? Big Sexy.
Big Sexy, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Big Sexy. Guess what? I broke something else. Let me know when you can come by. It would just be out of the blue. I just dropped that down. That was it.
Anytime you open with a Big Sexy to anybody, you're fine.
That was good. That's my guy. But yeah, I haven't seen him. So you're right. I mean, you think about that saying about, people are around in your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime.
I've never heard that.
That's your plumber.
Season, reason, or a lifetime?
Season, a reason, or a lifetime. Most everybody's in your life is there for a season, a reason, or a lifetime.
Well, that's depressing.
It kind of is, but
kind of is, yeah.
Well, sometimes when things are done, it's okay. Let it go.
I'm down.
You hate to do it.
It's just like at the end of the night when you're tired. It's okay just to go to sleep.
Let it go.
He gone.
Okay.
All right, so let's do voicemails and text messages on the next episode.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so
all the voicemails and text messages. Well, not all of them, but we'll do quite a few.
Okay, so anyway, you can 402-403-9478. You can get there before we do them tomorrow if you can. It's Pat and JT on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.